Hi, my name is Shelbin Santos. I am from Peru. I am from the city of Cusco. And the reason I'm here is because I own Chicken Latino restaurant here in Pittsburgh. This is a Peruvian restaurant. We opened in 2007. At the beginning, it was very, very hard because people wasn't familiar with Peruvian food. They didn't know what was the seasonings, what were the spices. I was just trying to teach people my culture through my food. The truth is I miss my food so much. And back in the day, there was nothing here in Pittsburgh. There was no Peruvian, Latino, Hispanic restaurants, nothing. So I used to drive 4 hours all the way to Washington, D.C., to Virginia, just to have that feeling of having some good comfort food from back home. That was the inspiration of me having the idea of opening a restaurant. All the businesses and the shops in the Strip District are owned by people like me who has ethnic shops, ethnic stores, different nationalities, Polish people, Italian, Middle Eastern. So I feel welcome, and that's the reason I wanted to stay here and I wanted to make a life here. And I was the first Peruvian restaurant that opened here in Pittsburgh. My passion, my true love was always cooking. My mom, my aunts, my grandma, my entire family has a passion and has a love for cooking, for entertaining, for just sharing recipes. And always in the family we gathered together making pasta, making a sauce, or making a special dish. And it's just something I always wanted from the beginning, from childhood. I used to tell my mom, I said, I really want to be a chef. I really want to have my little business, cooking. Back in the day, being a chef wasn't so popular, or like people will say, oh, you're not gonna make money, this is not good for you. So I still study a profession to make my parents happy and to make them proud. But deep inside, I always wanted to have my own business. I always wanted to cook, do something related with cooking. And when the opportunity came to decide to continue your career or follow your passion, I took a big, big risk. I took a chance. I emptied my 401ks, my savings, my bank accounts, everything to fulfill my dreams. And thanks God, it paid off. 13 years after, I can tell you that it was worth it, you know. It was worth to take the risk. My hometown, the name of it is Curawasi. It's a small little town that is 3 hours away from Cusco. It's a very small village. Most people speak Quechua, is the native language of my country. There is no traffic, no skyscrapers. Most of the people live based on the agriculture, whatever they raise, whatever they farm, they eat. For me, it's heaven because everything is organic, grass-fed, and people are just so warm and so happy, and there is no stress life over there. Your dreams are one thing and your desire is one thing, but if you don't have the knowledge of the language, it makes it a lot harder, because you as an entrepreneur or as a business owner not only have to cook, you have to do the whole 9 yards. You have to manage the business, deal with providers, customers, employees, and that was the hardest part for me to learn English, but I'm still learning English. It is a very time-consuming job, but at least I love it and I'm happy doing it, because I wouldn't see myself sitting in front of a computer working for a corporation that gives you your hours, your days, when you can go vacation and living paycheck by paycheck. It wasn't into my plans. Sometimes in countries like Peru, you work so hard, you have a good profession, but you can never have enough savings to buy yourself a nice house, a nice car, because sometimes your salary is just enough to pay the bills, to survive, enough for groceries. Working hard in here and really doing the right thing, it's the American dream, because you can dream to have things, and with hard work you can do it, you know. For me, my job gave me everything I have, and I was able to support my family in Peru, help my sisters, help my parents, and maybe just give them a better life that they would have, and it's thanks to the business. Esta ciudad necesita de muchos negocios latinos, hispanos, pero el secreto más importante es echarle ganas, tener mucha motivación y tener siempre tus ideales, tus metas bien puestas y ponerse metas. De acá a un año quiero esto, de acá a 6 meses quiero lograr esto. Y el sueño americano se puede, sí se puede. United States in general, and Pittsburgh is a great example of that. It's a melting pot of nations. This country is great because immigrants from many parts of the world come here with the desire to work hard, to fulfill dreams. And different cultures, they all bring here the idea of what we learn in our country, to be an entrepreneur, to have a small business. And that's what drives the country. Small businesses, small shops, makes the economy going. And it's important too to learn about cultures. How do we experience culture within dance, within music, within food? It's a beautiful thing. A perfect world will be like anyone who has that desire to work, to be better, to be able to come to America or go to different parts of the world to make that dream come true. I imagine a world that the laws are more flexible within immigration, within borders, because it will just make people more happy and life better. We're relocating to a different neighborhood, a neighborhood that is Hispanic populated, that is growing, is a new chapter of our lives and our business. And I see it as a growth, as a positive change. And I see my life continue what I'm doing because this is part of my job, this is part of my income, but also is my passion. So I wouldn't want to stop doing what I'm doing, you know?